Hi guys, to start this video off, I just wanted to do a little get ready with me. I can't stand watching people talk for their introductions, and they're not my favorite part of the video, so I just wanted to quickly do a rundown and try to make it as entertaining as possible. So, uh, today I'm going to be talking about inspiration, how to get it when, especially, you're not motivated to write. And also, I'm going to be doing some book recommendations and some tips on like an atmosphere when writing. So, um, I hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned. Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about writing inspiration. A lot of times it can be very difficult to get inspired to write and to get that motivation. Or maybe you just have a hard time getting in the atmosphere of it. So here are some good tips. All right. So first off, I wanted to talk about the atmosphere of your writing. Whatever makes you comfortable. I like to have a candle nearby. I love my plants. You can't see it, but I have tons of plants. Um, I love having like my favorite notebook. This is one of my favorites. It has lots of mushrooms and nature. I love nature, so it has lots of that. So it just inspires me to pick up a pen or pencil and write, because that's really the main thing is um, just writing itself. So whatever motivates me to do that, I try to make it enjoyable. Um, the second thing, I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, books on writing. So excuse me, I don't have my glasses because I when I was wearing my glasses, the glare from the light was distracting, so I took them off. So if I'm having a hard time seeing, that's why. But anyways, so the books that I wanted to share was Just Right. I really like this book. It's by, let's see, James Scott Bell. I think he's a really good writer. And there's some really good points you can gain from here. Let's see. It talks about, let me look at the contents, the table of contents. All right. So it kind of talks about if, like, for example, I would like to be an author one day. So it kind of talks about like having writing as a career. So if that's something you're interested in, I would definitely recommend this book. Most of the books I'm recommending have to do with writing as a career. Um, but it also gives some just really good tips on writing and how to get motivated to write, um, and just how to write properly in the first place. And when I say write properly, it's just there is a way to write the right way. And I'll get more into that. It's just when you're writing, you want it to flow, you want it to sound nice, you want it to be enjoyable to read, and there is a science to it. And so, at least in my opinion, there is, and in a lot of other writers' opinions. So, anyways, this book is a really good book for that. I'm gonna try to find something that I highlighted in here, and I really do like to highlight in books like this the reference books on writing, just because I don't always want to flip through the entire book to find what I'm looking for. Let's see, okay, don't let your characters act like idiots. I think that's a funny title. So he is very, it's kind of a satire book. He's got some funny remarks here. Every character in every scene must have an agenda. That's one I highlighted. At the end, the main character is a new person with something of value for the community. So that's just an example of some advice from James Scott Bell. Just right, creating unforgettable fiction and a rewarding writing life. So reading books like this really helps me get motivated to write. I might not want to write, to be honest, because I do go through periods where I just don't want to write. Um, Even though I love writing, it's just, I don't know, I get in this funk where it's not that I don't care, it's just I'm not motivated. So reading about writing helps me spark that passion and that interest again. So yeah, there's one book. Um, let's see, another one. If you're having trouble, um, like with plot, I would recommend this book, Save the Cat. Uh, Save the Cat writes a novel specifically because this is about novel writing. There are other ones about film. But this one uses film techniques to help in your writing, which is really interesting actually, because writing has a lot to do with visual things, which you may not have thought about, but if you think about it, it's in your mind. So, visually thinking about things and the order of things, because there is an order. It's 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 how a story flows. And I'll get more into that. I think I'll make a video, a separate video on that. A lot of people are against making an outline, and that's okay. Um, it's not for everybody, but you do have to have some sort of order and flow to your writing, in my opinion, because it just helps it flow better. When you read something and you're not distracted by uh, the order of events, how they're all jumbled, and you may have. I know I've read books where it had good content, but it just felt rushed, or it felt like the pacing was off. It didn't feel natural. It just felt jumbled together, and I think that learning to put your writing in the right order kind of has a lot to do with that. So I would definitely recommend this book, Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody. So for example, she has story beats, which are very useful. They're kind of like a checklist of things you might need in your novel, or that you probably will need in your novel. And take this advice, I don't always take all of the advice of each book. I normally just pick and choose what works for me, and that seems to work for me. So I would just suggest that, because I have several writing books, so and that's because I pick and choose what advice I want. And that's just me. But I find that that helps me a lot. So the last book on novel writing you'll ever need. So they, I think they're just promoting the book, but it is a pretty good book, and a lot of people recommend it. So, um, this one I really enjoy. Let me see, what's it called? The Art of War for Writers: Fiction Writing Strategies, Tactics, and Exercises by James Scott Bell. Same author as Just Write, this book. So same author. Apparently I like him. I don't know. I didn't realize that. But besides the beautiful red, which I love red, the color, and the title cover just looks really cool. Um, Besides that, it's sorry, I just got a message. It's a really cool book. There's What I really like about it is that the chapters are extremely short. So if you don't feel like, I mean, like literally 2 pages, like this, this is the chapter, and that's it. The next page is another chapter. So I really appreciate that. It's just some really quick tips on writing and how you can just write better, I guess. And also, it just gives you some direction, I think. It gives you some direction on where to go because sometimes, at least with for me, I can feel kind of lost when I'm before I write. Like I'm like I know what I want to write, but I just sometimes I don't know what I want to write, honestly. Um so yeah, it helps me overcome that lost feeling. So I would definitely recommend that. And let me see, what else did I write in my notes? Having the right materials. So, like I said, have a nice notebook, maybe a special pen that you use. I don't really care the pen I use as long as it works properly. That's what I care about. But some people have favorite pens, so if you want to use that, then use it. Anything that will motivate you to write. Um, Make sure that you're cozy and comfortable. Because if it's kind of a it's a there's a feeling you get when you write, and you probably know this if you write often. There's it's like a mode. So it because you yourself as a writer get absorbed in what you're writing. So you have to get in the headset, the mindset, I mean, and really get into the world of what you're writing. So I think that having a comfortable atmosphere really helps with that. Um, Pinterest is very useful. Um, it's just a lot of inspiration. Photos, art, um, are about like headshots. They have a lot of profile pics on there, and I find those very helpful, especially with character design. I have like a whole Pinterest board for character design. I also have a section for setting, um, world building, all that stuff. Also writing reference. I have a board for that, and that has to do with types of clothing, types of buildings, what they're called, just things like that. Words that I might want to use in exchange for other words, what maybe not necessarily more complicated, but more unique, more imaginative, I guess. I don't know. Just creative, more creative. Um, oh, visiting interesting places also helps. Uh, I find just exploring the outside world and just enjoying life, like, and visiting different places really helps a lot. Um, it helps me just experience different things and also not being so narrow-minded. Like experiencing different cultures, experiencing different people, because maybe you're writing about different people. So you really want to experience those things, and yeah, it's just it's fun. Enjoy life, and you'll enjoy writing because you can use your life to make your writing even better. Um, oh yes, and that kind of goes hand in hand with becoming observant. Um, just be observant to the world around you when it comes to writing. Like, how do I explain? Just looking at the world through a writer's perspective. And so, what that means is taking in details that you may want to use in your writing and kind of just putting it in like a bank in your mind. It may not be what you're writing about, but just like memorizing details that might not be normally noticed. And I'll probably go more in depth into that. But those are just some quick tips about writing and about getting inspired. Because I know that that's difficult for me, and I know it's difficult for a lot of other people. So thanks for watching. I hope you found that helpful. I will be working better on my videos, and this is like the first time I've really made uh, a good quality video, hopefully. I hope it was good quality. So anyways, please like and subscribe if you feel like it, and comment. That would be great. Thank you. Bye.